Hello and welcome everyone to Working on Clouds, where we look at your work life and we're trying to make it as cushy and soft as you are walking on clouds. And today we talk about what if I am unable to speak in public? What are we going to do about it? We're going to support you so that you feel more comfortable in speaking in public. Whether that is a presentation you have to make, or whether this is speaking up in a team meeting, or any situation where you have to speak in public. So I've been working on the topic for many years. I'm not going to tell you how many years, because then you're going to do the calculation in your head how old I am. I'm not going to do that. But for many, many years, I've been actually working on communication and presentation skills and training others. When I started out, I actually worked with policemen, which was very interesting. So first I helped policemen, then politicians, and then managers. So it kind of like changed a bit. But the tips, I would say, are actually always very similar. So 3 things to remember. So number 1, it's like your specific presentation skills, whether that is your voice or your body language. There are lots of things that you can do to enhance your presentation, whether that is using more movement but not too much, making sure you smile once in a while, trying to have eye contact to everyone. So let me know in the comments if you're interested, and I'm happy to do another video with more specific skills on that. But the first tip is really to look into what can I do with my voice and my body language, and these things are doable to learn. Believe me, they are. And that does not mean we turn you into robots, but it means that there are some things we can all do to come across well when we speak in public. My tip number 2 is preparation. That might sound a bit boring, but if it's a very important maybe speech or contribution you have to make, then do invest the time and prepare a little bit. And I mean, we all vary. So there are some people who prefer to have it word by word really written. There are some people who like just dot points, and then there are some who love to do free floating. But even for the free floaters, I would recommend you to prepare a little bit in the sense of like practicing and going through it, because sometimes we think it comes across in a certain way and it doesn't. So when I prepared for my TED Talks, there I put a lot of, time into really thinking about, okay, how could the structure be and how can I put it together? Generally speaking though, I believe the first thing I talked about, your body language and your voice, is even more important than what you're saying. So sometimes we think, oh wow, we have to give like a Nobel Prize speech content, but often it's more, how do you get it across? So think about that, and so prepare, but don't over-prepare, so you still can be yourself. And my tip number 3 is all about the mindset. So if you walk onto a stage where you have to give a speech, or if you walk into a team meeting and you say to yourself, this is going to be a disaster, everybody is gonna, laugh at you, or everybody's gonna be mean, then of course, wow, that is, even me saying this, puts a lot of pressure, right, on your shoulders. So try to have a bit of a more, how can I say this, open attitude. So this does not mean that you have to now walk to your presentation and go, this is going to be the best presentation that anyone ever seen. No, that's kind of like lying to yourself. Although, maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you will give the best presentation. But I think it's about finding something that is true, but is more constructive. So for example, okay, this is another learning opportunity. Let's see, I will give this presentation, and afterwards I will ask for some feedback, and then I can continue to improve. So this would be a more constructive conversation with yourself you engage in, instead of being at the extreme, maybe negative, or the, totally hyped up. So that would be my 3rd recommendation. So as a summary, look into what kind of like practical things you could do to improve improve your body language and voice. Number 2, prepare the content depending on how important the presentation is, but also depending on what type of person you are. So do what's best for you. And number 3, remember to have your own mindset right and to be talking to yourself in a nice way so you can walk in that stage or walk into that team meeting and make a powerful contribution. Thank you so much and see you next time.